Joining me now at the Metals and Minerals Show in San Francisco is Rick Rule of Sprott. Rick, thanks for being back with us.
A pleasure. Thanks for the chance.
So, Rick, last time when we saw each other in San Francisco, you said, call me out on this, Daniela. So last time we spoke, you said we were coming to a discovery cycle. Obviously, we're not really in a discovery cycle. What are your thoughts 1 year later?
Well, I beg to differ. Look at the market response to Africa oil. 80 cents to $9. A $450 million financing that was oversubscribed to $1.1 billion. Reservoir Minerals, 26 cents to $4. Sirius in Australia, up 1,200%. What part of these market moves is it that I shouldn't like? We're 3 discoveries into a cycle. Is it over? No. Is that one of the things that will turn around this market? Absolutely. People say that we're in a market that isn't responding. We're in a market that responds to stimulus, that responds to performance. The industry hasn't delivered enough performance, but when the industry delivers performance, the market responds in spades.
Okay, so are there enough discoveries to your liking right now, Rick, or you'd like to see more?
Well, of course, I'd always like to see more. I have a portfolio full of companies that I think/hope will make discoveries. What the market needs, of course, is a very large discovery like Reservoir Minerals or African oil that I own a lot of.
Thanks for that disclosure, Rick. So what do you think is a good bargain these days? What are you liking?
Well, there's a whole range of things, but I prefer the prospect generators. I mean, if you frequently interview Brent Cook, Brent Cook's list of favorites and my list of favorites would be very similar in the sense that both of us are attracted to good geologists who use other people's money. So stocks like, and these are not recommendations, but stocks like Virginia Mines, Altius Minerals, Eurasian Minerals, Almaden, Lara, those kinds of companies are very good companies. We're attracted to very large, high-grade deposits in politically risky jurisdictions. We would rather take political risk than we'd technical risk. So certainly names like Ivanhoe Mines, and after the rights offering gets done, Turquoise Hill. There's a lot in this market to like. There's a lot to like because the companies are 3 or 4 years better than they were, and they're selling at 25% of the prices that they were selling for before.
Is there anything you're not liking, Rick?
I mean, the length and breadth of the market, the sort of Me Too wonders of 2009, 2010. Daniela, you know that 70% of the companies in this industry are valueless. And they're going to have to go to their intrinsic value, which is 0. You have to concentrate your efforts on the top 20% of issuers in this market, or you'll get slaughtered. We're already in a market that's bifurcated. The best issuers have caught bids, they're starting to go up. The rest over the next 18 to 24 months will go towards or at their real value, which is 0.
So what's the best way to do your homework?
To do your homework. I mean, that's why I tell people if they aren't prepared to spend half an hour a month on every company in their portfolio, they ought to sell it. You have to keep up with the quarterlies. You have to participate in the conference calls. You have to do this. You have to pay the proxy. You have to read the proxy. You have to actually read and study. If you do that, you're competing with a whole bunch of people who aren't actually competing with you because they're just taking touts and going on about their business.
I'm asking a few of my guests this question. If I were to give you $10,000, how would that ideally be divided for you right now?
That's a good question. I don't really have an answer because I don't know enough about you. I would say that if you were giving me $10,000 and I didn't know you, I would buy physical platinum and palladium with half, and I would buy something like Uranium Participation Corp with the other half. My belief is over 2 or 3 years, I would absolutely, positively make you money. Without knowing about the risk that you're willing to take in the rest of the market, that's all the risk that I would be willing to take with your money because I don't know you. If you told me something about yourself to suggest that you had a higher risk profile, I would probably buy a portfolio of the prospect generators so that you could participate in the process of discovery in hopes that in the next 2 or 3 years, 1 or 2 of the 5 or 6 stocks that I bought, you would make a discovery and go much, much higher like Reservoir Minerals did for us.
What's the best investment advice you got?
Best investment advice easily is to buy a book, or in fact check it out for free at the library, called The Intelligent Investor by Ben Graham. If you read that book, it's the best investment book ever written relative to the effort required to read it. And if you read that book, particularly 2 chapters, the one chapter on margin of safety and the other on Mr. Market, you will make money. You absolutely, positively will make money. The truth is that the best investment you can make is in your own education. And the biggest risks you face, and it's the truth for every investor, including myself, the biggest risk in the market is easy to spot. It's to the right of your left ear and to the left of the right ear. And if you correct your own mistakes, all those other risks, like government, metal price movements, they're stupid. They don't exist.
Well, I'm sure the author will love you for that endorsement, Rick. Before I let you go, some thoughts on gold.
Some thoughts on gold. I'd rather own it than not. If you consider gold versus anti-gold being the U.S. 10-year Treasury, think about the U.S. 10-year Treasury. They promise you 2.6, 2.7%. The purchasing power is degraded by my count at about 6%. What the U.S. government is saying is if you loan us money for 10 years, we promise to degrade your purchasing power by 3% compounded. Jim Grant called that return-free risk. Okay? If I had a choice between the U.S. 10-year Treasury and gold, an absolute no-brainer. Give me the gold.
Rick, on that note, thanks so much for your thoughts and happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.
And thanks for watching our continuous coverage here from the San Francisco Metals and Minerals Show. You can email me at newsfeedback@kitco.com or follow me on Twitter at Daniela Cambone. Thanks for watching.